Hi students, in this video we are going to learn about the definition of a function. What is a function? This is very important, and you have function definition using it is connected to the relation. So how we got relation definition? First we were finding out Cartesian product A cross B. From this, if you take any subset, it is a relation. Then what is a function? A function is also a relation with a particular condition. What is that particular condition? I'll tell you now. The condition is a function is a relation. A function is a relation from a set A to a set B such that every element in A has unique image in B. See, every element in A should participate and it should have only one element in B. Without any condition, it is a relation. Now look here, different examples we take. Suppose A is 1, 2, 4, 5. This is a function because every element in A is participating and every element in A has one image, only one image. This is also a function because every element in A is participating and every element in A has one image. Now, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This is not a function because every element in A is participating, but one is having two images. So every element in A should have only one image here. These are images, these are the elements. Only one image. Every element in A should have a unique image in B. One is having two images, so it is not a function. Now look here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This is not a function because every element is in A is not a participant. Okay. See, this is the actual definition of a function. Every element in A should participate and also should have a unique image in B. Now, if they don't give a figure, then if they ask us to find out, to check whether it is a function or not, if they give order pair like this, 1, x, 2, y, that's it. Is it a function they ask? Then we have to check the domain. So is domain is participating only once? I mean, is the first element participating only once? Yes. If the first element is participating only once, then it is a function. And if all the elements in A are participating, yes, all the elements in A are participating, then it is a function. Suppose A is 1, 2, 3 and B is something like x, y, z. So then we take suppose 1, y, 2, z, 2, y, something like that. Is it a function? No, it is not a function because it is not satisfying two conditions. Because all the elements are not participating, 3 is not having any image, only 1 and 2 are having image, and 2 is having two images. Every element in A should have a unique image. Okay. Now, before entering into the exercise, I tell you about the domain and range if algebraic expressions are given. What is the domain and what is the range? I'll tell you. How to find out range also I'll tell you. So domain means, suppose if the function is given algebraic expression something like that, fx equal to x. This whole thing depends on real number line r from minus infinity to infinity. Because when you talk about some value x in functions, it is a real valued function. That means it is a real valued variable. So that x can be taken from the real number set to minus infinity to infinity. Suppose if you take fx as x, what is the domain? I tell you. The domain is the value of x that we can give from the mother set of real numbers where the function defines. Where the function defines. The function to define means you should not get undefined value. If fx equal to x, so the domain will be R. That means real numbers. You can give any number of elements in the place of x. Every number is defined in real numbers. Now, what is the range? So this is the, I can tell you here, values that can be given to x. Range is the set of answers that you get or the result. The set of answers that we get or the result. What type of result you get from the basic mother set real numbers. So fx equal to x, what are the answers you get if you give real number in the place of x? You get real numbers only. So range is also R. Now I tell you. Suppose if fx is equal to 1 by x, what is the domain? Domain. That means, can we give any value from the real numbers to x in this function? No, because I can give any value except 0. Because when you give 0, this function becomes undefined. Undefined. That means, that's what I told you. So domain is the set of real values of x that can be given so that the function defines. Function defines means it will not be undefined. Something like this. Okay. What is the range for this? So if you are not giving 0, you will get all the type of numbers. You will get R, but you will not get answer 0. So is there any value of x that will give this answer 0? Don't say infinity. Infinity is not a value. No one knows the value of infinity, so we don't say infinity. See, we don't get answers. Range means set of answers that we get. We don't get answer as 0. Agree? Yes. Now, suppose the function, I take one more function. Suppose fx is equal to 1 by x plus 2. What is the domain? I can give any value of r except minus 2. Except minus 2. Is it right? Because when you put minus 2, it becomes undefined. Then what is the range? R. Here also you won't get 0. You tell me the value where we get 0. It is not. When you substitute minus 2, it is 1 by 0, not 0. So the whole answer will never be 0. Do you think the whole answer will be 0 anywhere? No. So the range will be the set of answers. What type of answers you are going to get? So we get all the answers of real numbers except 0. So for functions something like reciprocal 1 by 1 by 1 by like that, you won't get answers as zeros. Suppose I'll give you one more thing. Suppose if fx is equal to some root of x minus 2. So square root defines. What is the actual definition of a function? A function is that where the real value of x that we can give so that the function defines. The real values of x, that real values means from the real mother set, real number set. The values of x that we can give so that the function defines. So for what values this function defines? This function defines for not all the values of r. It will define only for the values which are positive, because the square root define only for the positive values which are inside. Because square root of a minus 4 is not a real number. Square root of a minus 10 is not a real number. Square root of minus 1 is also not a real number. So we take function values of x in such a way that it is positive. Positive means greater than or equal to 0. So we can take x value greater than or equal to 2. So what is the domain here? The values of x which are more than 2. More than 2 to infinity from real number set. Then what is the answer here? Range. What is the range? What are the types of answers you get? See, when you take a positive square root, when you take a square root, we treat it as a positive square root. So positive square root will give all the values from 0 to infinity which are positive. So why I have given close interval to 0 and 2? Because we can give 2. When you put 2 here, it becomes 0. Square root of 0 is a defined. 1 by 0 is undefined, but 0 is a defined. And here, 0 is the answer that we get when you substitute 2. 0 is a defined value, remember carefully. 1 by 0 is a undefined value. Okay? Like this. One more example. Suppose, if it is something like square root of x square minus 4. What is the domain? and what is the range? What is the range? Domain means, see, this value should be positive. Where does this value will be positive? Okay. Be careful when you have a quadratic equation. I tell you how to find out the domain and range. See, minus infinity to plus infinity. When you have a quadratic equation like this, you can factor this as x minus 2 into x plus 2. So what are the roots here? Minus 2 and plus 2. Minus 2 and plus 2. So what I say is, take any value before minus 2. Let us take minus 3. Let us take minus 3. Substitute minus 3 here. It becomes 9 minus 4. 5. Positive, no? So it is positive. Substitute any value between minus 2 to 0. 0 minus 4. It is negative. Negative. Substitute any value between 2 to infinity. Take 4. 16 minus 4, 12. Positive. So these are the roots. When you take the roots, where does this positive exist here? So x belongs to minus infinity to minus 2. Close interval union 2 to infinity. So this is the domain. That means these are the values which we can give. Can I give any value between minus 2 to 2? If I give 0, what happens? It becomes root of minus 4. It won't exist. This is the way to do such problems. Now range. What are the set of answers you get? Directly you can write from 0 to infinity because it is a square root. Okay? Hope you understood this. Please pause the video and see this again and again so that you can understand. You can check with different values also. Okay? Let us start exercise 2.3. In the first question, there are 3 questions they have given. Check whether the given relations are functions, give results. If it is a function, determine domain and range. See, what is the condition for function? Every element in A should have a unique image. See, let us check. Is every element in A has unique? Is any one thing number repeated? No. So E is a function. No doubt it is a function. So what is domain here? All the first elements 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. What is the range? The second elements, only one. Okay. Every element is having one image only? Yes, one image. Then second one. Let us check 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yes, every element it is a function. Is a function. What is the domain? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And what is the range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Yes. Now it is not a function because 1 is repeating twice. Every element in A should have a unique image. So 1 is repeating it is not a function. Okay. See the second question. There are 2 functions given and we are asked to find domain and range. Okay. See, domain means what are the values that we can give in the place of x? I think R. There is no value, there is no real number which makes this function undefined, isn't it? So domain is R. Range. What are the set of answers that we get? What type of answers? See, whatever the value you give in the place of x, positive or negative or fraction or anything, this modulus will give us positive. But outside the modulus there is a negative number. That means whatever you give in the place of x, the answers will be negative. Agree? The answer will be negative except at 0. So the answers will be from minus infinity to 0. Why close interval 0? Because you get 0 as an answer also. Okay? All the answers are negative numbers. Now here, what is the domain? I told you a process just now back. Let us take 9 minus x square should be positive. You can write this as 3 minus x into 3 plus x, positive. Take a number line, minus infinity to plus infinity. What are the roots here? One is 3 and one is minus 3. So write in ascending order, minus 3 and 3. Take any value before minus 3. Let us take minus 4. Substitute here. It becomes 7 and it becomes 3 minus 1 minus 1. 7 and minus 1 negative. Negative. You get negative here. Negative. And between minus 3 to 3, substitute x as 0. 9 minus 0, it is positive. After 3, take any value. Some 5. 9 minus 25 negative, you are getting negative. So for this function to exist, since it is in square root, it should be positive. So what is our domain? The domain will be minus 3 to 3, close interval, because 0 can also exist. You can write this also like minus 3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. And what is the range? By default, you can write range as 0 to infinity when you find a square root. Okay? Okay, see the third and fourth questions. You are just given for very easy, very simple. Just substitute the value. What is f of x? 2x minus 5. And we are asked to find out f of 0. 2 into 0 minus 5. 0 minus 5. That's it. F of 7. 2 into 7 minus 5. 14 minus 5. 9. F of minus 3. 2 into minus 3 minus 5 minus 6 minus 5 minus 6. That's it. Now what is t of 0? Here also same thing. 0 by 5 plus 32. 32. What is t of 28? 9 into 28 by 5 plus 32. Take LCM here. 5. And it's 252 plus 160. It becomes 412 by 5. And t of minus 10. 9 into minus 10 by 5 plus 32. Just substitute the value. That's it. Minus 18 plus 32. It is 40. Now, what is the value of c if t of c is 212? That means 9c by 5 plus 32 is 212. 9c by 5 is 212 minus 32 is 180. You can cancel with this 9 20 times. c is 100. Okay? See, in the last question, you are asked to find out the range. Range means what type of answers you are going to get. So, what type of answers you are going to get? 2 minus something. See, it is 2 minus and x is a positive value. And x is a real positive value. So, 2 minus means obviously it is less than 2. Is it right? 2 minus means it is less than 2. 2 minus something. So, the maximum value that you get is 2. Open. Why open? You will get the answer 2 only when x is 0. But we don't take x as 0. It is greater than 0. So, all the values are less than 2. Why? Because it is 2 minus something. 2 minus something will be always less than 2, isn't right? So from 2 where it goes, from minus infinity to 2 is the range. And it is not a closed bracket because x we are not supposed to give as 0. They have given x greater than 0 as a condition. And here x is a real number. Real number means x square is a positive value. Where does the positive value starts? The positive value always starts at 0. So if it is 0, the minimum value is 2. So it can be 0 closed interval. Maximum we don't know because if you keep on increasing the value of x, it increases, the range increases. So from 2 to infinity. So what is the range? This we did already. Real number. So any value, you may get any value of real number. It can be 0, it can be 2, it can be a fraction, it can be negative, anything like that. Okay? Bye guys. And there are some functions which are in the form of graphs in this chapter. I'll upload a video by explaining all those graphs in one video. Okay? Bye guys.